Arts on the Block is a nonprofit organization that offers teens the opportunity to learn firsthand about the intersection of art, design, and business by engaging in real-world projects. AOB recently held an open house. Let's find out more.
Arts on the Block is a professional mosaic studio in Kensington, Maryland. And what's unique and different about us is our mosaics are made by teenagers. We call them apprentice artists, and they work under the guidance of master teaching artists who teach them all the process of making mosaics and also the business and leadership skills that come with being a part of the creative industries. Arts on the Block began as a program in 2003, and a few years after that we became our own nonprofit. We have about 60 high school age apprentices come through the program every year and about 300 middle schoolers in our middle school programs.
This is the actual physical place for Arts on the Block, so that the kids who come in for Pour Your Art Out, which is our flagship program, come here to make art, like what you see on the tables there, which is made for Wheaton High School.
This was a commission from the Wheaton High School. When they moved to the new building, they had a courtyard, and the courtyard has quite a few benches in it. And as of now, it only has a few plants, and so we decided to brighten it up by doing a few commissions, and these will be installed onto the benches.
Stained glass, and yeah, it's very delicate. It's hard to shape also because you have to be careful not to cut yourself. It's all different colors.
We're a nonprofit organization, but we have a blended business model, meaning that we do receive grants from, for instance, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Maryland State Arts Council, and the Arts and Humanities Council of Montgomery County, as well as private foundations. But then we also take commissions for artwork. Public art you might have seen in our clock tower, the Wheaton Clock Tower in downtown Wheaton, murals all over the region and Montgomery County, and then also private commissions, people who order backsplashes or picture frames or stepping stones.
It's so important because it gives kids who are creative a chance to become comfortable with doing that and to feel good about themselves. That's one of the things we do. We work with teenagers, often from disadvantaged backgrounds, and give them an opportunity to be creative.
The students work all the way through the process, from the proposal of the artwork, doing designs and drafts and working with the client to get those approved, all the way through producing the mosaics and through to installation.
So young people, I think, really find this program a wonderful place for them who are creative. They see a community of supportive peers and, of course, staff. And then they get this unique and really powerful experience of working directly, interfacing directly with the client.
Well, right here is the table for selling commissions, essentially. So here at Arts on the Block, we do a lot of things with mosaics, and part of that is things with smaller things that we can sell to customers, as well as like the larger things like the Wheaton benches over there. So these are house numbers, and the house numbers are like, so it's part mosaic in the back and then part ceramic numbers, and you can order it and we will design it according to what you want.
You get a taste of working with different clients and working with a team and learning a new art form on the go, just like mosaics, because before I started this, I had never done a mosaic in my life, and now I'm lucky enough to get to send 3 of them to a client that I got to work with Gabby. So that's the best part about AOB, is learning all these new experiences.
It really gave me an opportunity to meet like-minded people and to help me develop like skills that it's gonna help me in the workforce wherever I go. Like just like greeting the clients and like making sure I meet up with them, but then also making sure that they're like satisfied.
For the Pour Your Art Out program, which is our flagship program, we accept young people who are in grades 9 through 12, which means they should be 14 through actually as old as 21. They primarily come from the Montgomery County Public School System. I would say in the program we have today, we have about 8 schools represented from that program.
We have a cadre of about 10 master teaching artists who are well-accomplished artists in their own discipline, and also trained educators who are able to teach both the soft skills and the business skills, but then also the technical studio skills that are required to make mosaics.
I mean, for me, it's kind of interesting because I actually started in the program. I did this in high school, so it was kind of like coming back to where I started, and I just really enjoyed being on the other side since I was a student first, and now I'm actually teaching them, and just using what I learned through my experience in the arts, and like just showing them life lessons and influence, and trying to influence them in a positive way.
It creates a new family for people to come to, and gives them like a lot of stuff to do, and like a place to spend their Saturdays.
What I liked being part of this program was meeting other apprentices, people my age, and working with mosaics with them, and learning what they're like besides working with them in this working environment.
For several years now, we've worked with Excel Beyond the Bell in middle schools like Nielsville and Roberto Clemente in Germantown. And we do programs for middle school students that are focused on building their self-esteem, their leadership skills, and also connecting them to the community around them. So most of the artistic projects that the middle school students work on are for community organizations or, for example, community centers. So the mosaics that they create get installed in those community locations.
They've been involved in projects in some very challenged and troubled parts of the community. They did some great work along Quebec Terrace near Langley Park. They work with diverse populations and try to bring, a high quality of life and the vibrant culture that sculpture and art bring. And so they're very creative in the populations they work with, including students.
The deadline for apprentice applications happens in April each year for the summer workshop and in August for the school year session. Each spring, AOB runs a fundraiser that also helps the student artists share their artwork and tell their stories. To find out more about this and how to commission work, go to artsontheblock.com.